Hey everybody, you're back watching the Joey Ciccone Show, connected live from Las Vegas, World Center of Broadcast Media. I'm here live in the studio. Scotty, my engineer, Mr. Dominick Montiglio, the real deal, okay? The Mayo Crew. We were just talking about it. Dom, on the break, we were just talking about there were a lot of murders, right?
Yeah, there was too many murders to go through every one of them.
Yeah, we can't go through. There was just too many. But what I do want to mention is, well, a few things. Exclusively, if you're just joining us, you heard The Streets of Brooklyn. Dominick telling it the way it was. That's an audio, and that's going to be available. Also, his book is called, what am I? I'm having a moment here. But what's the name of the book again? Murder what?
Murder Machine.
Murder Machine, exactly. You're seeing that up on the screen too. Murder Machine. And then he's got the documentary, which you're seeing behind me right now. Dark Visions. Okay. Speaking of dark visions.
Now what you got to do for that is just punch into your computer A Dog's Day Productions, and then everything else underneath that will be self-explanatory on how to order it.
Okay, so Dominick just told you how to get that, okay? Dog Day Productions, is that correct?
A Dog's Day Productions.
A Dog's Day Productions, okay, very good.
.com.
Jill's asking you, where do we get the book? And then she says Amazon, and I believe it is Amazon, Jill.
Yeah, everybody that's gotten the hard copy has gotten it off Amazon. And they've gotten some of the books are like, just about brand new.
Right. I want to say, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but Vinny, these guys are no joke. He ain't no joke. He's the real deal. All right. Lawrence, let's go through each murder. We're not going to do that today. And Jill, we know where we got the book, and I got a special treat for Jill, Vinny, and I'll see if Dominick appears on here. The other Dominick, which is one of our fans. Let's talk about a place that the man said you were not going to get a turkey, or actually you said you're not going to get a turkey, or maybe he said. I think your boss said that, and you walked. The story is you walked past somewhere, and you ended up going to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about that right now. You served in Vietnam for how long?
And I was with the 173rd Airborne Brigade, 4th Battalion, A Company.
Right.
And we saw more action than... We lost more people on one hill than they lost on Hamburger Hill.
Okay. Now
like 4 times as many.
Right. Now I saw there's a new doc that you sent me. It's a DV of Dark Visions, and it starts off 10 minutes in. You have 2 of the soldiers from Vietnam that are speaking very highly of Dominick, and obviously, I guess you learn to kill when you're in Vietnam. So how did that play in to what you became when you came home?
Well, I think how it played in was in Vietnam, I had a lot of kills, and I think that carried over in my life to say to myself that human life is worth nothing. Because look at the mess, I saw my guys get killed, I saw their guys get killed, blown to pieces. So when I got back, under Nino's tutelage, I got into the life.
Right.
And in that life, murder is an everyday affair. But from my Vietnam experience, it didn't bother me, because I had learned in Vietnam what life meant. And it was here today, gone tomorrow.
And that was my question was, you obviously learned to kill there, and We have someone asking. Vinny's asking you, did you kill more people in Vietnam or with the crew?
Oh no, in Vietnam.
Okay, Vin, there's the answer right there. Shout out to Stevens Point. Continue.
There's a lot more kills in
Exactly.
Vietnam.
Exactly. At what point did you discover, that you could use what you learned in Nam on the streets? I mean, I guess you learned pretty fast.
Say that again?
Yeah. At what point did you learn that what happened in Vietnam with the killings and everything, that, you know what, when you were in the life, you could use this on the street?
Oh, well, I learned, like I said, the main lesson that I learned was what life meant, you
Right.
know, and how easy it was to hurt somebody. And the other things I learned in Vietnam was how to watch your back, which was very important in that life on the street, and just how to be a player, how
Right.
to sneak around, how to tell people, what you wanted them to do, and have them do it, just out of respect for yourself.
Right.
You
You have a
respected you, so when you told them to do something, they did it.
Well, you have a lot of, yeah.
And on the street, it was basically the same thing. I had my crew, not the DeMeo crew, I had my own little crew, and whatever I told them to do, they did.
Right. What was your most vivid memory, of that time? Speaking of that, I had on the DVD we see some of your former soldiers talking about you, and obviously they respected you a lot. You had their back, and so what was your your most vivid memory of that time? Man, obviously it was a long time ago.
Vietnam?
Yes, sir. Yes.
In Vietnam, it was a hill. It was called 875. It was at Dak To
Yes.
in Vietnam. It's right where Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam came together.
Okay.
And we went up that hill, and it took us 11 days to take the hill. And I mean, the carnage was just ridiculous. Because we lost damn near 400 Americans.
Wow.
And they lost so many North Vietnamese that to bury them, they had to bring in bulldozers,
Dominic,
dig out trenches, and push the bodies in the trenches.
Right. So I mean, we've all seen footage and stuff from Vietnam in that time, and that's how many bodies.
Yeah, but
that's how many bodies. Huh?
They never played. They never did a story on Hill 875. You could see it in the Time Life books. They covered it.
They covered it really well. Yeah.
But on TV, there was one show that covered a bit of it. But I think the U.S. government was a little bit too embarrassed, because after we took the hill,
Right.
we stayed there for about a week, and then we gave it right back to them.
Give it right back.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. We got about a minute and a half here left in this segment. Got a lot of questions coming in all at once. Vinny, I'll get to that in a minute. I'll ask Mr. Montiglio that. But the point is, I want to just clarify something right here on the air live. This is the real Dominick Montiglio, okay, on the Connected Show. Let's clarify that.
Yeah.
And Dominic, I got to put this out there, okay? The man served in Vietnam, so I don't know who's doubting it, but I heard some people were doubting. I have live footage of soldiers talking about him. He served in Nam. He served our country, and then when he came back here to the United States, he served a different crew. All right, and and your life's changed in a big way, right? I mean, someone's asking right now, are there any murders that you regret?
Well, my life changed dramatically as far as just making a lot of money and having to live by the rules that they set forth.
Right.
It was a whole nother life. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't Vietnam. It wasn't, it was just their rules. You had to, I mean, if they told you to kill your best friend, you had to kill him.
Wow.
Or else they'd kill you.
Right.
I mean, they had certain rules. You weren't allowed to kill a man in front of his wife or kids, or you'd get killed.
Mm.
There were certain rules that kept us under the radar.
Right,
so to
exactly.
speak.
Exactly. Kill or be killed. Jill, I hear you. That's one of our fans.
Yeah.
I'm with Dominick Montiglio. You're watching the Joey Ciccone Show Connected. We are live from Vegas. I know you're loving this stuff. And we're going to come right back with Dominick, okay? His book, all right, Murder Machine, the documentary. You just heard a special thing at the beginning of the show. Remember, if you didn't catch it, it's always on the archives. Joey in the house with Dominick. I'll be right back.